Hare Krishna. Good morning.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी धन्यवाद प्रणाम जय श्री प्रभु।
Jai Shri Prabhu. Parth Prabhu, which verse did we finish last Sunday?
uh,
18?
no, it was 20,
28? Or
26, I guess.
Mhm. Okay.
There is no verse 28.
Yeah, we are closing the chapter soon. Yeah. But I think we didn't come so far. Mm, let Adirasa Prabhu come.
Let me just
Then
quickly check.
let me read. I think we finished till 17. We need to continue from 18.
14, 15, yeah, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Yeah, I think 18 is the verse.
Yeah.
Urdhvam gachanti sattvastha. Okay. Let me start first the offering prayers and then we'll begin. Hmm. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपगतां मह्यं ददति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणरघुनाथान्वितां तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाख अन्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण So welcome you all to our systematic study of Vedic scriptures. In that we are in the 14th chapter, the modes of material nature, and verse number 18. Before we start, maybe two lines to understand the importance of this. In the previous chapter, Lord Krishna explains who we are, what is Kshetra, Kshetrajna. Mm. And then here he is mentioning about Prakriti. Mm. Not only Prakriti, but its power. The power lies in its nature. And this nature is what is driving us if we um, connect to that nature. So if we connect ourselves to the mode of passion, we behave like in the passion. If we are connected into the mode of illusion or ignorance, then we behave like that. And when we are connected in the mode of goodness, then Accordingly, we behave, and based on our behavior, accordingly, the results or the actions. This is what Krishna is also saying, that this is the karma. We are performing karma activities, and activities have results. Okay. Who would like to read this verse? 14:18.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, shall I read?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, chapter 14, verse 18. ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्तस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसा जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसा. Translation: those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on earthly planets, and those in the abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. Purport: in this verse, the result of action in the three modes of nature are more explicitly set forth. There is an upper planetary system consisting of the heavenly planets, where everyone is highly elevated. According to the degree of development of the mode of goodness, the living entity can be transferred to various planets in this system. The highest planet is Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, where the prime person of this universe of where the prime person of this universe, Lord Brahma, resides. We have seen already that we can hardly calculate the wondrous condition of life in Brahmaloka, but the highest condition of life, the mode of goodness, can bring us to this. The mode of passion is mixed. It is in the middle between the mode of goodness and ignorance. A person is not always pure, but even if he should be purely in the mode of passion, he will simply remain on this earth as a king or a rich man. But because there are mixtures, one can also go down. People on this earth in the mode of passion or ignorance cannot forcibly approach the higher planets by machine. In the mode of passion, there is also the chance of becoming mad in the next life. The lowest quality, the mode of ignorance, is described here as abominable. The result of developing ignorance is very risky. It is the lowest quality in material nature. Beneath the human level, there are 8 million species of life: birds, beasts, reptiles, trees, etc. And according to the development of the mode of ignorance, people are brought down to these abominable conditions. The word tamas is very significant here. Tamas indicate those who stay continuously in the mode of ignorance without rising to a higher mode. Their future is very dark. There is an opportunity for men in the mode of ignorance and passion to be elevated to the mode of goodness, and that system is called Krishna consciousness. But one who does not take advantage of this opportunity will certainly continue in the lower modes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So, this is kind of summarizing what is the results of action. Urdhvam gachanti satastva madhyas tishtanti rajasah janyaya gunavrittistha adho gachanti tamasa. So, this means, mm, usually, I think it was you, Parth Prabhu, or someone wanted to know. No, I think it was Srinivas Prabhu from Hamburg. He wanted to know how to identify who is who. Yeah, when we come across people, then how to know who is in which mode of mm, uh, mode situated, mode of material nature situated. And in this chapter, we understand right from beginning. After Arjuna asks the questions, then Krishna starts explaining right from verse 6 to 18. Hmm? It is going to tell us what are the binding forces for different modes of nature. So, what is the binding force of a person in the mode of goodness is that he is happy. So, he doesn't want to go out of that happiness. He's satisfied. He's having knowledge. He is feeling superiority, and that's why he is in that world for himself and want to be in the mode of goodness, and doesn't see that there is something beyond it. And a person who is in the mode of passion, how do we know he is in the mode of passion is that he's more attached to fruitive activities, that if he does something, he wants the result for it. And then he is bound by the ropes of desire and attachment. A person who is in the mode of ignorance, how to identify him? He behaves crazy, he is lazy and sleepy. So this is the qualities that are binding forces that Krishna explains in the chapter from verse 6 to 8. And then he further explains the characteristics of and manifestations, how these qualities manifest in a person, to identify a person in the mode of goodness. He has illuminated all his body. So wherever, what does it mean? Illuminates all the gates of the body means that he is using n- the senses based on the knowledge, not just like whatever comes to his mind or not ever under the control of his mind. So he frees one from the sinful reactions because he has the knowledge. So he sees what he has to see, he hears what he has to hear. So that according to Karma Kanda or according to the Vedic scriptures, which are telling how we should be clean and pure, uh, Yamaha and Niyamaha. These are the ways through which he maintains his life. And this we can see. If we see a person who is manifesting these qualities, then we should know that he is in the mode of goodness. But a person who is in the mode of passion, how to identify, how to see what is the characters that manifest him from him is he has intense, unlimited desires and longings, attachment, fruit to activities. He parishrama. He puts a lot of effort for his own pleasure. And then a person who is in the mode of ignorance, his characteristics are that he wants to be in darkness. He wants to not to be disturbed. If someone is coming and saying, "Okay, uh, come and join school," we see sometimes kids they don't go to schools. They don't like, um, and uh, and some kids they are ever eager, yeah, that they can go and then they can learn. So we see based on the mm, inclination, based on inclination, we can understand what are the characteristics, and based on that characteristics, we can understand that they are in the mode of ignorance. Then, last week we were discussing about what are the destinations. Okay, it is fine. There is the binding force, and then there is this manifestation. Uh, because when there is force, there is a um, mm, resultant action, resultant result, or what? That is what is manifested, and uh, ultimately what happens when they die. Hmm? That's what we discussed last week, which is telling about he attains pure higher planets of great sages, this is what today Partha Prabhu you were reading, na? Satyalok, or Brahmalok, one can attain that place. That is the destination, so that he can maintain that purity, maintain that consciousness, or maintain, yeah, that results what he has attained, because he has stopped sinful reactions, sinful activities. What about the piety? He has to enjoy the piety. And person who is in the mode of passion, he attains earthly planets. So, which means one may again come back to the earth after death. And a person who is in mode of ignorance, he is born in the lower species of life, maybe again in the planet Earth, or maybe in lower planets where there is more um, darkness. Mm. This is what he wanted, and that's what he is getting. And from this verse, 14, 16 to 18, we read and understand um, where who is results of the actions. Hmm. The results of a person in the mode of goodness is knowledge. He is ever eager to gain knowledge. He become more and more jnani. He elevates to higher planets like Brahmalok, Satyalok. This is what we see, or Chinnalok. Uh, but a person who is in the mode of passion, the result of his action is becoming more and more greedy, more and more miser. Srila Prabhupada gives the example where if a person who is um, given resources or facilities, uh, if he may have intention to earn more and more and be more and more satisfied, we should know that he is in the mode of passion. Has greed, and in the nectar of instruction, we come to see that one should earn what only they want, what they need. Yesterday also in Srimad Bhagavatam we came across that. And then um, in the mode of ignorance, foolish, madness, illusion, and what happens to him? Uh, the results of his action is what? Only foolishness. That is the result. A foolish person, what he does is only foolish activity, and a person who is in the madness, he does only things that are disturbances to the society. And yeah, there are so many so-called scholars, so many so-called scholars who challenge the shastras. They challenge the shastras so that they can enjoy more, that they can say, okay, these scriptures are false. Uh, so in that way, different modes manifest, and the results is clearly mentioned in this verse that um, urdhvam gachanti, sattasvam, satvasta. So person who is in the mode of goodness, he is going to higher planets. mm, and this is very, very important for us to understand that, oh, okay, there is something above us. We are in Mrityaloka. Mrityaloka is a place where people who are in more of passion are put in, so that they can do work, do work. But what kind of work? This is very important. What kind of work is that which helps us to go to higher planets, not again to stay back. Mm. What we tend to do is what is easy, let's do that. And what is easy is okay, uh, not to purify our consciousness, not to purify our actions, not to purify our mind, and because it means a lot of effort. So better to stay in the mode of passion, or if no one is controlling, then we would even prefer easier is mode of ignorance. We don't have to do much. So in that way, one may want to be in that. And according to the degree of goodness, one can go to different upper planetary systems. If goodness is predominated very, very high, then we call him as person in the mode of goodness. He goes to upper planet. If a person, the degree of goodness is not so much, but his degree is more um, between goodness and ignorance. Hmm, hmm. It's not like he is a first ranker, but he is not a last ranker. He is in the middle. This is what we see, right? Most of us in a class, we may see not everyone is a topper, mm, and not everyone is a pauper. So there is most of the people who are in the middle, and passion is usually mixed between goodness and ignorance. Even if pure passion, one remains on earth as a king or a rich man. So this is what here it says. Mm. But because there are mixtures, one can also go down. People on this earth in the mode of passion or ignorance cannot forcibly approach the higher planets by machine. Hmm. A side note: in the mode of passion, there is also chance of becoming mad in the next life. Why? Because of the mixture. Huh? With passion and goodness, he cannot go to higher planets. He has to really purify consciousness. Then he can really go to the higher. But if passion is mixed with ignorance, then he can even go to lower planets, and he can become what? A mad person. This is what some it's written. The lowest quality, the mode of ignorance, is described here as abominable, horrible. The result of developing ignorance is very, very risky. Uh, it is lowest quality in material nature. So, in the past, maybe I don't know, there were resources how to be ignorant, but now there are ample resources of books. So we should be very, very careful what books we select for reading, what books we should follow. Um, I think I have given the example where there was I came across a colleague who was reading some book on Lord Ram, and I asked, "Oh, so nice. What is this book about? Who wrote it?" He said that this is Ram Katha, but only the characters are taken. The author creates his own story and uses these characters and then creates his own fictitious novel. And this guy is reading that. Uh, So in that we may see a passion. We may see a person who is very passionate. What is his passion? Is to find something exciting, something thrilling, and something. So novels people usually read for that to find something, some satisfaction. But what is happening is that uh, in the disguise of Lord Ram or Sita, these characters, if such books come, then our consciousness is affected. And what is happening? The word tamasa is very significant here. Tamasa indicates those who stay continuously in the mode of ignorance without rising to a higher mode. So we may see that person is very active. That person is reading. After all, how many of us have a reading habit? Not that many, but this person has a reading habit. But what is he reading? The reading that he's reading is not going to help him, but rather he starts challenging the scriptures. And when he starts challenging the scriptures, he's in to be understood that he is in the mode of ignorance. um, their future is very dark, unfortunately, because we may see them, they are very nice, yeah, they are very good, they want to do good to the society, but unfortunately they have picked up the wrong books. So it's very, very important understand the importance of the books, and not any book can take us to the right mm, destination. Here when we are talking about the results, the destination, if we really want, mm, Antakale cha mameva smaran mukta kalevaram. So Krishna is saying, if one is leaving the body with the consciousness of me, yeah, then what is happening? Ya prayati samad bhavam, yati nasti atra samsaya. He's saying that he comes to me. So this this is what I think. Anyway, this verse we will also discuss later. Similar understanding Krishna also speaks after these verses. But so far, it is about understanding the three modes of nature where we are actively 24 by 7 living. So, there is an opportunity for men in the mode of ignorance and passion to be elevated to the mode of goodness, and that system is called Krishna consciousness. So, Krishna consciousness, one may say that, okay, it is about God consciousness, or it's about one coming to, no, I don't believe in God. Even if you don't believe in God, if you follow the rules and regulations, regulated principles, what is that? No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication. So there is no Krishna in this following four regulative principles. And when one follows these four regulative principles, then one is elevated to a mode of goodness. But one who does not take advantage of this philosophy, this opportunity, will certainly continue in the lower modes. So it is very important for us. It's fortunate that we have come in contact of this wonderful real wisdom, and then we can strike away. We can say bye to those rascaldom, so-called wisdoms, which are coming in the form of novels, which are coming in the form of intellectual journals, uh, even scriptures which are misinterpreting and saying. So all these scriptures are very, very dangerous. But when we take the opportunity of Krishna consciousness to understand Krishna as it is, to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is, then we have the opportunity to overcome this. Otherwise, uh, uh, yeah, Krishna guarantees mm, in his teachings that, okay, if you want to be in that, yeah, you can go, you can enjoy, you can continue to enjoy. But that's not what either we want really. Yeah, that's not what even Krishna wants really. So the real thing is, by real wisdom, we can achieve the real purpose of our life. Are there any questions before we move on? Hmm?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, when in the purport, you were mentioning that people who are in mode of passion, for example, people who are, it's mentioned in the nectar of instruction that we should only strive for what is needed for our living, and we can sustain our body and family and bhakti.
Hmm.
So, what is the message here for people who are like, Tatas and Birlas, who are, day in, day out, busy in earning Lakshmi and expanding their
Hmm.
lordship?
Yeah.
What is when they read Bhagavad Gita, what should they take it out? They should leave everything and only stick to some 8 hours job, or how would they approach after reading this? Because their life is fully mode of passion. How can they come back to mode of goodness?
Hmm. I don't know if their life is in the mode of passion, but let's try to understand what if one is earning so much. Hmm. So, a person who is earning, we cannot say that he is in the mode of passion. When he's earning so much, yeah, for example, you have a very big organization, let's say a temple, and they are working day and night. Hmm. How does how do we see this? We see that okay, he's working day and night. Is this what Krishna is saying? No, Krishna is saying you just take what you need. And I don't know, I can't speak for Tata and Birla, but you are really using only minimum what you need. Remaining everything you are using for charity. There are so many. They are nice devotees. I heard about who works in a company who earns and he devotes 75% of his salary every month to the temple. Hmm? And not only that, he is so successful employee, and the um, the company wanted to give him promotion. They wanted to give him promotion, and then being a devotee, what did he do? He said, "Well, thank you very much for the recognition." Uh, of course, he can say, "Okay, it's so nice that I can get new responsibility, high responsibility. It's nice." Rather, rather than giving me a promotion, can you give me extra days of holidays that? So instead of, I don't know what was that, 25 or 30 in India, he wanted 10 more days, and the management agreed. The management agreed and gave him those extra leaves. He said, very, very exceptional, but you're exceptional person. That's why we are giving you this. And again, whatever money came, he used to give it for the temple. So here we can't say that, hey, this person is working very hard. This person is very working more than, yeah, what does he need when he wants to maintain a simple house, a family, or uh, but what is he doing is he's seeing that how he can serve, by preaching programs. He can, whatever earnings that he is getting, he's doing it. And as long as our consciousness is that we have Krishna conscious way of living, yeah, it doesn't matter. Even if we are working more hard, if we are earning more money, everything that what we are doing is Krishna conscious. Yeah. And when we come to, yeah, to little knowledge what I know about, for example, Tata. mm, uh, we see so many foundations. Yeah, when I was working in Wipro, Prem Ajim Premji. Yeah, so there is also Wipro Foundation. So many big companies also have foundations so that they can also do a lot of charity activities. Now, where is this money coming from? Hmm? It is indeed coming from their profits, right? So in that way, there is also this way how they can engage those funds in doing something good. But yeah, when they do really something more devotional, then they get devotional results of it. Yeah. So there are two approaches. Are you able to carry yourself, or are you able to also carry others with you? It depends on that, and depending on that, what you earn, uh, uh, the equation fits. If you earn a lot, then we have to make a point that okay, we use it properly. If we don't know how to use them properly, then yeah, it's a disturbance. Yeah, Rishabh Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. I mean, okay, so Thanks for that feedback. So for young people like us, when we look in, like what should be our ideal way of living or what should be our approach. So we have always this two path, right? That okay, I should focus on more
If
on
you
that.
can digest the food, you will eat. Yeah.
I
So
should focus on this path where I can directly focus, do direct seva of Vaishnavas and the Lord, which means I cannot focus that, give that much time to, in expanding my business. Or
so
should we go more towards like this, as we said, the Tata Birlas or Ford, where we focus more on expanding business and whatever profit comes from that, that I can, of course, kind of indirectly put in the service of the Lord. So,
Nirbandha Krishna Sambandha.
mhm,
Nirbandha Krishna Sambandha. Everything, whatever you can use it for Krishna. Yeah. Yeah. We see also how without money we wouldn't have the possibility to build the temple for Vedic planetarium, isn't it? So if you work, then only you have funds to use it, right? So for example, if now Ambarish Prabhu, when he is having, he could donate such a huge corpus for the temple construction. It was possible. Why? Because he also earned it. Hmm. Yeah, whether he may have got it through heritage or whatever, but still it is his, right? If he doesn't even have it, how can he engage in such a huge project, or why Prabhupada might give this opportunity? So it is something like this. If you can digest food, then only you will eat, right? Hmm? If you can't digest the food, if you eat, what will happen? Hare Krishna.
digestion problem.
Can you hear? Yeah. If you can digest, then only you'll eat, right? If you can't digest, will you eat?
No,
Hmm? People are there who eat, hmm? But what will happen?
they will suffer.
Hmm? How? Hmm? They get sick. They fall sick, right? Hmm?
True.
Yeah. So that means that because they have took something which they can't handle, then they fall sick. Yeah, not only earning, even vairagya also. If one cannot handle vairagya, then vairagya is only disturbance. What does it mean to handle vairagya is when we are detached, we should immediately get attached to Krishna. Otherwise, what happens? That vairagya is only disturbance because he goes to the society and says, yeah, you do like this, you do like this, you do like this. But what is the purpose of doing? He can't say. He himself doesn't know, he can't say. Others, so-called so many gurus have half knowledge, half practices, and half results, which are more dangerous. So a vairagya which is not going to last long, it's dangerous. That's how we see in the case of some other rishis, right? Saubhari Muni, we come across Vishwamitra Muni. Uh, what happened to them? Mm, Can they win out of only vairagya? No, they utterly failed. Hmm? You're getting the point?
Yes,
So as soon as, so earning more or giving up more, both have to be complemented with what? Serving Krishna more. If we do that, then we can survive in Krishna consciousness. We can survive at least in the mode of goodness. Otherwise, our life is going to be more horrible. This is what is the summary of this verse.
Hare Krishna.
Yep. Did it answer your question, Rishabh Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, to a certain extent, yes.
What is the remaining part? Let's try to. Hmm?
I mean, I don't want to take more time, but I mean, where, as you said, you need to see if you can digest or not. But I guess in life, then we need to do a lot of maybe hit and trial, right? That to check if I can really digest or not. Because you,
Yeah.
without trying, you would never know that you can digest or not.
There are
So,
there are three levels of learnings. One is by trying and learning. Hmm.
mm,
Most of the people who are called so-called seekers, they do that way. But then there is also a guru who can tell better who you are than you yourself. So you can ask guru, and guru will guide you what you should do or not. What is so dangerous? Are you really walking on that thin line, uh, or what is that? Tightrope? Whether you will fall. Do you really need to venture that? Because your mode is in mode of goodness. Do you really need to do business? If you have, because that is what even in the traditional Gurukul also, this is what the teachers used to see. Whether a person is a passionate, then how his passion can be used for good. Whether a person is in the mode of goodness, how it can be used for good. The teacher's job is that. Hmm? So Guru is seeing, okay, Obrai, Rishabh Obrai, genes is business. How can we use him in business? So by distribution of books, so he knows what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And when Guru is not there, what to do? I don't know. To some extent, your answer is still open, right? What happens when you don't have Guru? Luckily, in your case, you have Guru, but in case if someone doesn't, then we can speak what to do in that case. Then one can follow sadhus. Hmm? You can see the sadhus and then read about them. Hmm? For example, when we talk
Sadhus
about
must be also senior Vaishnavas, right? Or
senior Vaishnavas, senior Vaishnavas. For example, if you see Gaurang Prabhu, uh, um, he has set up this whole Govardhan Eco village in Vada. Uh, it was not a given gift, everything is ready and given to him. So he was in contact with Ambani family or other great business magnates. And what was he doing? Did he start a business? No. He provided them knowledge and then he used to get the fees for it. And with that fees, whatever materialized need to be materialized, he did it. So in that way, we can see there are ways how to engage our Krishna conscious spirit of making everything. Because Krishna in the battlefield is telling to Arjuna to fight, right? Hmm? Kshatriya, he knows, yeah, it's like for him um, driving with closed eyes. For us, we may not be able to do. For him, it is possible because he's a Kshatriya. He knows how to fight the best way. So Krishna, being the guru of Arjuna, told what to do. And yeah, when we approach our guru, ask questions, of course, the question should be how to serve him, how to serve Krishna, how to serve his devotees. And Maharaj, I am working, I am getting this much, what should I do? And Maharaj will say, give everything to me. Yeah, then give it. Or Maharaj says, so nice, use it for your own congregation development. Yes. So that direction you will get. At least if it was you yourself only taking the call, you will always uh, in doubt. Shall I use? Oh, if I use, what will happen to my people, to me, and all? But if Guru is telling, you can say, okay, yeah, it's an instruction, and yeah, though it is difficult initially, when you start doing, you'll enjoy it more and more, and then you'll understand the essence of it, and you will follow happily and practice Krishna consciousness happily.
thank you.
Answered or to only some extent.
108% answer.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Other questions, please. Partha Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Did I interrupt somebody?
No, no. Please proceed.
Um, um, so we just heard it like always read appropriate books, or else
Mm-hmm.
we will go in the mode of ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have a habit of reading books, but
Mm-hmm.
recently I also watched the movies, not
Mm-hmm.
Bollywood, but I
Mm-hmm.
watched in Marathi movie. It was based on the Sant Tukaram Maharaj Charitra.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to watch these kind of whenever I have a little time I watch, and I also just leave the TV on. So my
Mm-hmm.
husband and my kids, sometimes they get to hear some good words.
Mm-hmm.
They do sing a lot of abang, like.
Mm-hmm.
So what about that? Is it wrong to watch these movies, or what do you say?
Um, Good question, and answer can be with a pinch of salt we can watch. Uh, Especially not these days. Whatever you're saying, right? If it is very very old, the salt quantity is less to be added. But if we are going to watch something that is created in recent times, I can't comment much, but it's too risky because, as I was mentioning, that novel based on Ram, right? It's very dangerous. What will
Yeah, so
happen?
that's
What
what,
will happen
yeah.
if we watch these sometimes? I mean, I can even relate. For example, there was this in Telugu. There is a movie called Annamaya, who is a great
Mm-hmm.
poet for Balaji, Tirupati Balaji, and then there is a very dedicated lifestyle of Annamacharya. mm, but in the movie, it's kind of to make it quite exciting and quite romantic, and there's so many flavors that is added. Of course, in the end, one may give the bhakti rasa essence, but there is also so much rakti ras that is also shared at the same time, and we don't know what is more appealing, because inside our heart, mm, there are seeds of desires, yeah, and these desires are just waiting for some watering process. What kind of watering it is? Through the senses, through ears, through eyes, through the mouth, so that when we give what is required for that, then those seeds will fructify, and then those eventually, now it might be watching only devotional, but then later we would like to watch action or adventure or romance based on whatever seats we have. We don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know what seats are waiting for to fructify. So, coming back to your question, watching them, if they are very, very sattvic, first you should know how sattvic they are. Hmm. And not only sattvic means not having all these other flavors, all mellows, but also authentic, how authentic it is. So these two things are very important. First of all, sattvic and authentic. And then um, watching them can give, animation is always nice. You can remember for a very long time. If you read a book, maybe you may not be able to read so long. It depends on um, how one can dharana. I don't know what is it, how one can preserve it in one's own mind and heart based on that. But animation could be quite easy, or hearing is quite easy because that can stay longer in our mind. We are naturally hearing Shruti. Uh, Yesterday also we were discussing, right? Shruti is very important. Shruti is very powerful, but as soon as when we mix with the visual effect, uh, it becomes so much, and then one may want to see and may lose track from actual hearing. Yeah, the purpose of seeing is what? Hmm? We may miss that. The purpose of seeing is to actually hear, right? Just
Yes.
imagine if we mute the whole thing and if you see, uh, one may see wow, wow, and he may not get anything. But rather, the purpose of seeing is to hear, and hearing can be done directly. So, coming back, I don't know what is the age of your kid, but if we want to give them a background of what is spiritual, what is devotional, what is goodness, and all those things, yeah, there are very, very pretty old. I don't know how they may want to watch them because these are not so animated, like if one shoots an arrow, it's not going to sparkle like a fireworks. Those arrows are very, very old, outdated, or the picture is not moving so dynamically like but I think if you even play them, the kids will like it because slowly they are hearing katha, and when they are hearing the katha, that katha will capture them. We don't have to give them exciting new series, whatever is in the market, very old, which is, if we find it is authentic, then we can allow that. Yeah, again, because this is not as it is, there is always something additional to make it more um, attractive or attentive. So that's why we should always not just stop there. We should also actually read authentic books to back up when we see them that okay, indeed this is what happened. So if we can do that, then we are in a safer space. Yeah, Madhuri, Mataji, I don't know.
Um, you suggest us to like if we want to watch, we should watch the animated one or listen the audio thing, right? Not the
If one
straight
can
movies.
if one can get still attracted to hearing, that is the best. The best, I don't know, until the kid, if he can read on his own, best thing is if he gets the book because reading habit is very important, very nice.
Right now he's only like a 6 month old.
six
But
month old.
sometime when we watch something on TV, like I gave you the example of these kind of movies, they're very
hmm
old movies, like from 90s or something.
It is very
But
important,
then
yeah, to know. Usually, I'm very, very happy that you are asking this question. That for a 6 months kid, you're already concerned. Usually, there are parents. Usually, they think, okay, 6 months. What they know? What can they know? Uh, in scriptures, it is clearly mentioned a child who is in up to age of 5. hmm, he is still having consciousness from his previous life. Hmm. We don't know what consciousness your kid has. Hmm. So better not to disturb it through more disturbing things.
so for a kids like this below 5 years old, what do you recommend? Read books in front of him. That is the best way.
Um, at the
Like
at
the
this moment,
appropriate books,
at
I
this
mean.
moment, at the age of 6 months or even to 1 year or 2 years, I would not um, uh, do this. Rather, I would play kirtans. Mm. The more and more they hear the holy name, the more and more they are so pure that this will stay with them for entire life. So Katha, I don't know if even one want to watch, they can still see a kirtan where the kirtaniya is playing. So the kirtaniya by having his darshan, yeah, who is not an ordinary, right? He is a realized person. So by seeing him, yeah, if you want, I can share or you can, yeah, um, by hearing them, yeah, by hearing continuously hearing what is happening is the heart. Whatever I was saying, the seeds, right? Those seeds are dried up. Those seeds are roasted.
Yes.
And when those seeds are roasted, after 5 years also he may not have this interest to enjoy the matter, to enjoy the life. No, no, he understands that the purpose of life is the other seed, which is called Bhakti Lata. Uh, that will actually, whatever is there, the environment is proper. Just imagine you have a soil which is very, very fertile. And then if you put the seed immediately, the seed will sprout. So you can prepare the ground of your kid's heart so nice, fertile, by this process of hearing to the kirtan, so that when he comes across a guru, he or she comes across a guru, when he is giving this seed of bhakti in his heart, then perfect. He understands what is that everything. There is no disturbance. There is no weeds that are drying up the place. There is so that's what we can do. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there might be some kids who can understand stories at age of 1 or I don't know, but definitely even if they don't understand what kirtan is, but they will enjoy. So this is what you can try in yeah, my humble opinion.
So right now Kirtan is good for him at home and
Yeah, kirtan is good for him, even for us, all time, anytime.
yes. So we are also planning to attend that Saptah. It's
hmm
conducted this month, right? So that one is good for him.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, because where kirtan happens, that is good for him. Where prasadam, that is good for him. So these are two things maybe at such an early age, because when you take prasadam, yeah, when you are feeding, yeah, the kid is also getting that benefit. When you're
Yes.
hearing, when you're hearing the katha, because you are hearing, your consciousness is developed. into
Mm-hmm.
that, and when you're feeding, the baby is also getting that consciousness. So in all, it's a wonderful package. You can hear kirtan, katha, prasadam, everything.
So I will, I mean, not read in front of him or like loud that he could hear that way. And of course, now the TV will not play like that because we really don't know that the content, how, like as you said, we don't know much. But for me, if I have to read the books, like the approved books is good enough
Yeah, yeah.
because
So I
he's
can
depending
share.
on me. So
Yeah, yeah, I can share. So it's you're already doing wonderful because you're attending Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, though you have a infant to take care. That itself is so nice. You are prioritizing. You may think that you are doing it for your kid, but you're doing it also for you and your family. So that's what was the culture before, and that's how we had a very high heritage of good people in the mode of goodness. This chapter is also telling about that. And yeah, please stay connected, and we can see however we can serve. Definitely, I would share maybe some kirtans. I don't have your contact, but someone who has will reach out to you. These are very, very small, very soft kirtans that you can hear. Yeah, even at bedtime, also you can hear. So these are very nice. First of all, it brings um good vibes in the house.
Prabhuji, so my last question.
Mm-hmm,
Um, on the TV, like it's a very old series. One like Krishna used to come. I
mm-hmm,
remember even my grandma watching it, but she's no more. So
mm-hmm,
I even recently watched. But
mm-hmm,
some characters are so touchy, and like when we used to see that Krishna, like there was some members of my family, they were like, "This is the only Krishna."
mm-hmm.
So now for people like us, what we should do because we don't know, no, like you said, we shouldn't watch
Mm-hmm.
because of the content and all. So how
Yeah,
we compensate? Like, is it is something we did wrong, like watching this because we actually didn't know?
that's okay. That's okay. When we know that, that yeah, of course we can't. I know that Sita Devi who did the role in Raman Sagar Ramayana.
Yes,
Deepti.
yeah, we watch
What is her
his
name?
production.
Deepti, I think. Anyway, so yeah, so she did such a great, yeah, how great regard we have for Mother Sita. Hmm?
Yeah, so when you talk about Ramayana, their pictures come first in front of my
Yeah,
eyes,
yeah,
and
yeah.
when you
So
talk about Krishna, yeah,
yeah, that's why when we are going into Srimad Bhagavatam and we are reading them, there are also descriptions of how is Lord Krishna, what he wears, and all those things. So when we are reading, then we are not attributing it to one face, which is character what we are seeing, because we cannot. How can we have a transcendental personality seen in comparison to a materialistic personality? No, we can't. Hmm.
yes,
Yeah. So what we can do is by reading more and hearing Shruti and Smriti's, what is happening is that we understand, okay, the Lord is so tall, having so tender limbs. So those things will be in our mind rather than this person or whoever we see. That character or the artist face will not come. Artist face will not come. Rather, we see, hey, how can this artist can have such a great characters like actually real Krishna? No, right? So when
yes,
we're reading about that, then we can remember more of that, so that we come to a uh, uh, we will not come to this we will not come to this imitative features of that role, but rather real. That is what is called mm, dharana. When we come and hear more and more and more about the Lord, then we start fixing that in our heart, and the Lord will show who He is. uh, yeah.
yes. Just please let me know if I'm taking too much of time.
Mhm.
Um, and also on the TV these days, on the YouTube, you have a lot of content. Like whatever you want to know about, you
Mhm.
just type and obviously the video comes up, right? So we also watch about, Swami Muktananda. I mean, I'm not able to pronounce his right name. He's
Mm-hmm.
also from ISKCON, and he tells about, like, for example, the life of Surdas, how he was born and brought up. But there is no movie about him, like, or the pictures. It just he's telling like how you are telling us a lecture right now.
Mm-hmm.
So what about listening those kind of things from these kind of people?
Um, I do not know. Have anyone heard someone called Nityananda Prabhu in ISKCON?
I can get
Are you
the
talking about
uh,
Sundar Nityananda Prabhu, who's little chubby face
no, he's
and
very thin and tall.
thin and
And
tall?
also we heard about Amog Lila Prabhu. He also
Yeah.
is on the YouTube. He
Mm-hmm.
also tells things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
As long as you are able to check this, that's very important that as long as you check that who is the speaker, what is his parampara, and that way we can be safe. Yeah. Otherwise, if we are not connected to a parampara and we just tell something, it is only driven by my own opinion, my own passion, my own self-interest. So we have to be little careful who is the speaker. And as long as it is within the parampara, there are four sampradayas: Kumara Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, and Brahma Sampradaya. And ISKCON, you may know that we belong to Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So Brahma. So in that way, when we hear, there is no problem. But sometimes what may happen is in these four sampradayas, if we take one bit from one sampradaya, the other bit from other sampradaya, and then when we are not able to understand what is the emphasis, then we are little more lost. Rather than that, it is better to stick to one. Yeah, for example, now when you're hearing already to Amagalila Prabhu or someone from ISKCON, yeah, let's try to go deeper and deeper and deeper. We'll find answer. Only thing is we have to have patience, and then we will get everything, because this is inaugurated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Lord Himself, who has given everything. Mm, There is
yeah, he
no
also
doubt.
talk a lot about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as well.
Mm, Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, I'm very happy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji, for answering all my questions.
Thank you very much. Anyone else have any questions? Apu Prabhu, maybe do you want to add something on top of what I said?
Yes.
Okay. We'll take one last verse for the day, and then mm, who is going to read? I'll share the screen one second. Okay. Yeah, who want to read?
Haribol.
Repeat, Prabhuji.
Three people in one.
So are we reading three verses today, or ladies first? So I heard some ladies' voice, or Mataji's can read first. Then we'll.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Chaitanya.
नान्यं गुणेभ्य कर्तारं यदा द्रष्टा नुपश्यति गुणेभ्यश्च परं वेति मद्भावं सो दिगच्छति. When one properly sees that in all activities no other performer is at work than these modes of nature, then he knows the Supreme Lord, who is transcendental to all these modes. He attains my spiritual nature. But one can transcend all the activities of the modes of material nature simply by understanding them properly, by learning from the proper souls. The real spiritual master is Krishna, and he is imparting this spiritual knowledge to Arjuna. Similarly, it is from those who are fully in Krishna consciousness that one has to learn this science of activities in terms of the modes of nature. Otherwise, one's life will be misdirected. By the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, a living entity can know of his spiritual position, his material body, his senses, how he is entrapped, and how he is under the spell of the material modes of nature. He is helpless, being in the grip of these modes, but when he can see his real position, then he can attain to the transcendental platform, having the scope for spiritual life. Actually, the living entity is not the performer of different activities. He is forced to act because he is situated in a particular type of body conducted by some particular modes of material nature. Unless one has the help of spiritual authority, and he cannot understand in what position he is actually situated. With the association of a bona fide spiritual master, he can see his real position, and by such an understanding, he can become fixed in full Krishna consciousness. A man in Krishna consciousness is not controlled by the spell of material modes of nature. It has already been stated in the seventh chapter that one who has surrendered to Krishna is relieved from the activities of material nature. For one who is able to see things as they are, the influence of material nature gradually ceases. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Chitramali Mataji. So this verse is kind of, yeah, in the context of what we discussed previously. Yeah, this is kind of summarizing here because from this verse 19, we understand that, okay, is it everything? Is this three modes of material nature is everything? Is there no other escape? If I do good, then there is suffering. If I do bad, there is suffering. If I don't do anything, there is suffering. What is that way where I can, what is then I have to do, right? Because if I'm doing good also, uh, it's not recommended. So here one can understand reality only from proper authorities. Otherwise, whatever these good books in the mode of goodness, books which are in the mode of passion, books in the mode of ignorance, yeah, even if we are talking about Puranas, in the Puranas can be classified into these three kinds of categories in the mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. But if we are just going in these books, yeah, understanding what is this, uh, um, we may become more and more stronger. If we are reading books which are in the mode of passion, we become more strong, passionate. If we are reading the books in the mode of ignorance, then we become more ignorant. uh, or what is this? For example, when we see some religious practitioners, they are very very extremists. Uh, but they might feel that okay, in the strength of religion only we are doing because Lord only told. Yeah, but we have to understand. Um, um, One day I was, yeah, I think I also, I mean, I'm sharing this example so that um, um, to kind of correlate. When once I was in an engineering workshop in a carpentry work, I was uh, chiseling the wood, and then I saw someone was struggling, and I said, "Okay, why don't you give me?" Yeah, she was actually hammering so that she can cut it properly. So I said, "Okay, let me help." What I did, I took the hammer, I hit it, and I have actually damaged because I hit it little more hard. So the message is hitting, but how strong should we hit is very, very important. Uh, the message is to chisel, to cut the wood into piece, to carve, but how hard? We know that, for example, someone is making a clay uh, pot. It's an art where he has to take a wet mud. He can't just take a dry clay soil or clay. No, he has to wet it properly. If he has more water, then it becomes more difficult or not so strong or can't even make a shape. So it's very important that doing something is right, but how much and that real knowledge is very important. Otherwise, what happens in the name of religion? So many religious wars happen. Why? Because we have not understood. We have not applied it to time, place, and circumstances. We have not understood how to be compassionate. Mm. Because bhakti is not only about doing duty, but also the compassionate element. And this is what we understand from Guru. One can understand reality only from real authorities and proper authorities. And here in the purport, we can see that who is authority for Arjuna? It was Krishna. Mm. The real spiritual master is Krishna, and he's imparting the spiritual knowledge to Arjuna. So, oh, how nice if we have such a spiritual master. We are looking for like that. We only want Krishna to become our spiritual master. No other can become our spiritual master. Hmm. Because then, if we are Arjuna, if we are devotees like Arjuna, then we can hear the direct word of Krishna. But Krishna is also saying that you don't have to come, you don't have to hear. I have already so many representatives of me. There is no difference between me speaking and my representative speaking to you. Hmm. Similarly, it is from those who are fully in Krishna consciousness that one has to learn the science of activities in terms of the modes of nature. So um, that is when Madhuri were saying na, about internet watching, and I was also thinking, how do we know what is the right thing for now to show? Is this should I show the Vipralamba Bhava, or should I show the uh, uh, what is this? Adbhuta, mm, uh, or show everything a piece. Mm, mm. Shall we show Krishna 10th canto where Krishna is dealing with the gopis? No. So for some we have rational, for some we don't have rational. How do we know whether we are right or wrong? Mm. So again, it comes to this point that otherwise one's life will be misdirected. This is, I don't know, to some extent what happened in our society, that we ourselves are saying this is what we should do, this is what we should not do, and or we creating our own formula and then executing it. How dangerous it is that we may misdirect. We are misleading ourselves, misleading others. This is very, very dangerous. So rather, one's life will be by instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, a living entity can know his real spiritual position, because first we need to know who are we, what is our identity, and then what are the steps. We cannot put a kid directly into 10th class. We have to put him into LKG, UKG, then first class, second class, third class, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. Are we putting him in 10th? No, we are not putting him in 10th class, because he is qualifying to 10th class. He is promoted to 10th class, isn't it? Hmm. So it's very important that if you see, there is a teacher in the LKG, lower class, upper class, first class. In every class, there is a teacher who is seeing what is the qualification, and based on the qualification, then the kid is put into the next class. A man in Krishna consciousness is not controlled by the spell of material modes of nature. Oh, now this person has understood what is Krishna consciousness. So he can be put into a different class. We may also see there is also a class called class for prodigies, who are very, very intellectual, who are very, very expert, who really understood everything. They have also a class. There is also university for Paramahamsas. There is also curriculum, syllabus for them. So based on where one is fitting, accordingly one has to be. Otherwise, it will be a disturbance. A person who is a Paramahamsa, if he sits in the LKG, there is no use. It's only disturbance. And a person who is in a kindergarten, if we put him in Paramahamsa, there's also no. So this is, uh, you may have heard about a Montessori. Yeah, there are different kinds of school concepts, there are different kinds of plans, but ultimately, the goal of the school's system is to ensure that the kid fits in his right place. Similarly, a spiritual master is seeing what is his right place, what activities he can do, what he can digest, what he cannot digest. And it has already been stated in the seventh chapter that one who has surrendered to Krishna is relieved from the activities of material nature. For one who is able to see things as they are, the influence of material nature gradually ceases. So, when we ourselves are coming to that level, our kids will automatically will come. We don't have to worry for them. Yeah, usually parents are more concerned about kids. Huh? Yes, that is nice. How can we solve the problem? By becoming ourselves Krishna conscious. When we become Krishna conscious, what is happening? We are stable. We know what is reality. We know what to um, how to be not getting disturbed. And then the next thing is our kids are also seeing it, right? The who is the best teacher is the one who is uh, showing by example. Acharya, acharati iti acharya. So an acharya, uh, and the parents, yeah, and the house can be a source of providing that authorized or authentic uh, way of living. That's what here we can see. Yes, Risha Prabhu, your question is answered here. I was a bit quick.
It shows that you have read everything already many times.
No, no. I'm just saying with what I heard.
Prabhuji, here I have a question where you said, are we open to questions now, or
Oh, yeah, sure.
you were mentioning here that Krishna says you don't have to directly approach me. I have my representatives there for you.
Mm-hmm.
So we being conditioned souls and
Mm-hmm.
also very conditioned senses, how would we know who is his pure representative?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So your question is, if I am blind, how can I see? Hello?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if I am blind, how can I see, right? Yeah, so the beauty is that when we pray, then the Lord is giving us the vision to see. Yeah. So we are blind definitely because we are covered with all these modes of material nature. But there is always, when we offer our prayers, we show our genuine interest. And then Krishna is giving us that, because Krishna is saying, I'm not visible even to great sages, but to devotees. If for that matter, when devotees are praying, I come and sit there. Here, rishis are struggling to go or have darshan of the Lord, and on the other side, a devotee when he is calling out Krishna, then Krishna is ready. He is ever eager there. As Chaitya Guru in our heart, the Lord is also residing as Paramatma. So we should understand that, okay, let me honestly, we may think, okay, do I know that there is Paramatma inside me? If I don't know, how do I do? Yeah, now you heard it. So just try it out. For next 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, whatever. Keep every day praying, oh Guru, please show me my Guru. And then yeah, things will happen inconceivably that will bring to the point, okay, I found my Guru. Why? Because there are these characteristics in this person, uh, and I'm very confident that he will guide me. And not only that, he is in the parampara, so all these checks are there through which you can understand, okay, now the Lord has sent his representative for you. Yeah. Further question? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. So sometimes we see that, I mean, I've heard many examples. Luckily, I was not cheated. Somehow Krishna saved me from cheated Guru. But I've
Mm,
seen examples. All glories to senior Vaishnavas like you. But what I've seen, there are people who pray to the Lord and then they meet a person who in the beginning seems to meet all the characteristics. Okay. Yeah, he seems to be very well learned in the Shastras and he's preaching exactly how Krishna wants. And then they, start developing trust in him. And down the line, that person
mm,
falls. You see, okay, this person is actually a cheater. He was saying something and now he's doing something else.
mhm,
So what about that? Like, was it some problem in my prayers to Krishna that I end up meeting a cheater who was initially looking like his pure representative, but now he has become a cheater?
mm,
Was it the problem in my prayers? How
mhm.
would you put that?
Yeah. So Krishna is all merciful. He is always hearing to our free will. Our free will is want to be cheated, then he will find a cheating, provide us a cheating guru. In your prayer, if you still have this interest that, oh, by guru I want to enjoy, then he will provide a guru through which you can enjoy. Huh? So Srila Prabhupada says that, okay, if you want a cheating guru, then you will get a cheating guru, definitely. Yeah, it is something like you want a guru who tells you that I will take your karma. You want a guru who is more kind of himself. Yeah, sometimes we also, right? It's so nice that I don't have to follow regulative principles and I will become happy. Then there is also a guru for that.
Hmm.
Hmm?
So is it like, Prabhu, for all this nowadays fake gurus or such sub fake gurus are many in the market? Is it really that all their followers wanted to get cheated? Is it none of them can be a pure devotee who just fell down by mistake, went to that guru? Is that really the fact?
So then there is also this, right? Because as we started this session where I was saying that in the heart of there are also seeds which we don't know. You don't know who is Rishabh Prabhu, right? You know very little of yourself. Hmm? Only at the moment of heat you become a devotee, but when there is heat is gone, then you become a normal karmi, or the other way, right? When the heat is there, no more devotee or So anyway, the point is that when our consciousness is awakened, then we wanted a bona fide guru, but all the other time we don't want such a guru because I have to give up so many comforts, so many things. Even now we may think, hey, oh nice if the guru can take all our karma and we may have to do less job. Don't we think that? Hmm? Rishabh Prabhu, no? You don't want shortcut? You don't want simple?
For
No,
sure.
very tricky question, right? So if you say I don't want shortcut, then you are preparing for a long journey, but you don't want to suffer so long, you want a shortcut,
I want
right?
which I want. It doesn't really matter which cut. I just want to be with senior Vaishnavas like you and Guru Maharaj. That's it. It can be a long journey, no worries.
And that is actually a shortcut. Really, you are very smart. Yeah, you're very smart. Why? Because why we take shelter of spiritual mastery is that we don't have to create, reinvent, and so many things. They are Tattvadarshis. They can explain us what we should do. They can bless us how we can get the strength. Yeah, very smart decision. That itself is the most shortcut. We don't have to Brahman. What is that, Apu Prabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita? Who is the Bhagyavan? Krishna Lata Bijapai. Don't know you're there. Yeah, we can't hear you.
বলছি গুরুকৃষ্ণ প্রসাদ ভাই, that's not
Yeah.
গুরুকৃষ্ণ প্রসাদ ভাই ভাগ্যলক্ষ্মী
Hmm.
ভক্তিলতা দিয়েছে
Yeah. But before that, two lines is there, na? Brahmeti, one who is.
ব্রহ্মিতে ব্রহ্মিতে কোনো ভাগ্যবান আছে
Hmm.
গুরুকৃষ্ণ প্রসাদ ভাই ভক্তিলতা দিয়েছে
Yeah. So that is a shortcut. And then, yeah, they are so-called in Kali Yuga. It is said the demons can take birth as so-called swamis. Bhoga, as I was mentioning, if one is not a Krishna Das, he will always have a Bhoga vanch. Rishabh Prabhu, this is another check. If one is always remembering Krishna, if he is always serving Krishna, yeah, you have a better assurance. And anyone else, yeah, they'll always have a challenge because the Maya is always back, is always ready. At the moment, because of some Sukriti or because of your own strength, you're able to maintain something, but Maya is stronger. So we need the Shakti of Krishna. Huh? When we have Krishna's protection, then only we can walk on the lines of Goswamis. Otherwise, no chance. Okay. So these are some checks through which we can ensure that we are not falling in a risk. And then the second part, I mean, this is only first part. The second part is, okay, come on, you are cheated. What will you do? Hmm? Will you give up a whole process of no more taking up or looking for spiritual master? Just like if you are climbing, if you fell down, won't you get up again and walk?
Very true. Very true. Good point, bro.
Hmm? Yeah, you are cheated. Now you become more careful to, yeah. If you slip down, next time be more careful. Not like, oh, no, all I have cheated 10, I have got cheated 10 times, 20 times, let me not walk at all. You'll be where you are. Hmm? Then we understand, hi, our prayers have a fault, not Lord has a fault.
Very good.
Usually we go to that level. Rather finding faults in ourselves, we find faults in the Lord and say, hey, Lord, you are not having mercy or you don't exist. Yeah. How can you cheat me so many times? I have so much faith on you. Hmm? Here we have to check our intentions. Yes?
Very good. Yes, but thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So on this occasion, I would like to, being especially book marathon, please try to take copies for yourself, at least Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. And if you can even have Bhagavatam, that is even wonderful. At least have Bhagavad Gita. Who do not have, you can let me know. Or you who want to take more books for yourself and your friends or your colleagues or family, let me know. I think anyway, I'm very happy today. We have the auspicious presence of Rishabh Dev here, and he will facilitate with arranging books for us.
Rishabh Das.
Yeah. Mm. I don't know. There is only two letters in the back changing your position.
I am Sudama's Prabhu's Das. But it's a good point, Prabhu. Even Parth yesterday went for book distribution and he distributed 2 books in the city.
Jai, very nice, Partha Prabhu. I really feel I'm not doing anything in this project, in this field. I'm very sad for that. But I'm very happy that, you all are doing wonderful service. As the other day we were reading, distributing books is the best. At least I'm sitting here and asking you all, take books. And if that way I could inspire, I'm happy. Take books for yourself, for your friends. Yeah. And you can keep the books and you can distribute along the year. Yeah. So in that way, the other and what is this coming? Bhagavad Sapta is also other opportunity. Yeah, if you order how many books you want, what books you want, uh, Rishabh Prabhu will carry those books and give them, hand them over during this wonderful event.
We do have Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam in English and also Bhagavad Gita in Hindi. And
Is that Srimad Bhagavatam coming from Leelamrit Mataji or
I have
because
I
she
have
was also asking?
from BBT directly. I mean, I have Srilamrita Mataji. I got one set from her, but they are also from temple directly. So I have few different sources.
Okay.
But we have a good price. Want to we can usually the price is 300 or 270, but you can get for 200 euros.
Wow,
I will drop a
wonderful.
message in the group regarding this.
That's wonderful opportunity. Yeah, very, very nice. Yeah. In the end, we may say, hey, it's 200, but we are getting not one book, two books. We are getting how many?
Set of 18,
Wow,
18
so
books.
nice. And irrespective of the cost or the volume books, it's more important that we are embracing Bhagavatam in our life. Yeah, by buying these books, we have them, we can read them. Yeah. If someone doesn't have, please let us know. And I think Rishabh Prabhu, there is also like we don't have to pay immediately, right? There is also like we could pay in monthly or there is also this.
I mean, with few devotees, we have done the same that they are paying monthly 20 euros or 50
Yeah.
euros. That
Yeah. So, yeah, okay. Good. I see some new person, Paranali, and there was another Akshay, I think. So who was that? Akshay. Yeah. Did we meet before?
Yes, Prabhuji, we met before. Actually, I am not living in Cologne. That's why I am not able to come to the temple nowadays.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Nice to meet you. And one of the reason of this virtual forum is so that we can still stay connected. And yeah, by this we can continue to inspire to find maybe when there is a nearby temple to go there, or when there is services that are coming, or when this Bhagavad Sapta program 7 days happening. So we all can come together and energize ourselves with more taste in bhakti. Yeah, thank you for joining.
Yes, Prabhu.
And also the same Pranali, Sailesh.
Prabhu
Hare
Pranali
Krishna,
is
Prabhu.
joining with your mercy and Prabhupada causes mercy and Guru Maharaj mercy via me. She's
Acha.
joining for the first time. Yeah.
Okay. So is this Pranali the same Pranali from India?
From
Hare
Mumbai.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Hanji.
So Hare Krishna Mataji, very nice to uh, meet you here in this forum. I heard great about you, and I'm very happy that you can bring more into this forum.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for all your blessings. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So
Okay.
Sudham Prabhu, I just want to add that Sudham
Mhm.
Prabhu is guiding most of us in many of our us in Grihastha ashram. So he just said he's very humble that he's not distributing books, but all of us are able to do anything in bhakti or even in distributing books because of him, because he's always inspiring us during these lectures and during not just by his lectures, but the way he live his Grihastha ashram himself. So he's an ideal for us. So
Mhm.
like
Srila
Adi
Prabhupada
Rasa
ki jai. I think you can tell all this to her in private also, right? Yeah,
I'm
it's up to
telling
her
to
to take
everyone,
whatever
Prabhu.
she can.
Everyone, because everyone might feel that you are
Uh-huh.
being so humble, na, that you've done nothing, but you have done so much for us. Adi Rasa Prabhu, Parth Prabhu, all are distributing books now because of your motivation.
Yeah, seeing you. We discuss about you. This is also one of the services we were discussing. Yeah, Adirasa Prabhu. Yeah, we were discussing, right? For the Bhagavad Sapta, what service can we can benefit from Rishabh Prabhu is not only book distribution, but at least book distribution. Yeah.
Thank you for motivating.
Okay. I want to take 5 minutes to hear some glorious feedback on Japa. How the Japa went last week. If someone want to share, did it improve anything? Any news resolutions or
Hare Krishna Prabhu, by God, by Krishna's grace, I could continue 6 mala a day.
Mhm.
For the last week, every day I could continue 6 mala a day, and it takes me 50 minutes kind of time. I'm doing it at a stretch and not dividing it, so
Mm-hmm.
it really helps.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Yeah, it inspires us also to do japa in a stretch is best thing. Yeah,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Others. Hmm. For me, I'm yeah. When we kind of talk here, gives me kind of a reminder. Okay, yeah. When I'm talking, I should also be careful with my japa. Mm. And that adds more seriousness when I'm doing japa to hear to what I'm doing japa. And of course, like last time, Adirasa Prabhu was giving a tip that to pray to the divine couple, seeking their blessings. And also, I think Jayashree Mataji was also saying. So these tips, yeah, I'm remembering. And if some more tips, yeah, I think maybe we should spend 5 minutes of that, maybe as a practice every week to take some inspiration from our speakers of Japa retreat, like Sachinandan Maharaj, Mahatma Prabhu, or whatever we may have heard in lecture, to give 1 minute of that, so that we can remember that and improve our sadhana, Japa. Yeah, Parth Prabhu.
Prabhu, I want to share one really very good hack of increasing our concentration during japa. Uh, I was watching Hare Krishna TV and I forgot the name of the Prabhu, but he was talking about how to be more attentive to japa. So the thing is that when we chant the holy name, also our mouth is like chanting, our ear is hearing, but sometimes our minds get deviate to some other thoughts what we have performed our earlier days or maybe that day itself. So to reduce that, he was saying like during the chanting, if we really think about the 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 name of our our Japa Guru, like that the Haridas Thakurs. So if we really think about like and praise Haridas Thakur in the same type in mind, it really concentrate, and the result come very quickly. Like Haridas Thakur ki jai, we think in
Mm-hmm.
mind, our mouth
Mm-hmm.
speaks the holy name and our ear hears the holy name.
Yeah, very nice. So inspiration, yeah, when we remember role models, then we are more inspired. Yeah. And also blessings, not only that, inspiration, but also blessings. Thanks, Prabhu. Anyone else before we close?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm. Hare Krishna,
So,
Mother and Mother.
as of now, I was like I delivered the baby 6 months ago. So for few weeks, I was completely on the bed rest. But I actually don't find to do japa, but I do like kirtan as such. Like I just say many times Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So is this a good way to keep up, or should I keep trying for doing japa?
Um, yeah, it's always to keep a target. Otherwise, today you are having time, you are doing Hare Krishna, tomorrow you don't have time, you won't do it. And day after tomorrow, the chance of not doing is more because slowly you are little out of track, right? Rather,
Yes,
if we have to have a habit, we need to have a systematic, regular. Uh,
yes. But
so
but
maybe
as
having.
my little one, like he don't have a schedule, so I'm always with him, and whenever he's awake, so then I try to find during the day, and I just chant this kirtan, you can say. But to do japa, sometimes I need time for myself alone. That is really difficult to find these days.
Mhm. We have here mothers, so they can say what they did, how they managed to do japa, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, we have here Rupa is there, Hemagauri is there, uh, Chitramalini is there. They can guide you how to do japa. I mean, they have been doing japa from after delivery next day, 16 rounds.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
So how old your baby Mataji?
He's 6 months now. Finished 6 months.
Yeah, you are feeding or is mother feeding baby or
Both.
both? Okay. So a simple tip Mataji, actually it is always good when mother is feeding the baby, we should be in proper consciousness. Yeah. So
Yes.
while feeding also you can do your japa. That is
Oh, okay.
very good for baby. Moreover, we can do for japa as well. Yeah. So
Yes.
yes, I mean, of course, here there are, as Prabhuji said, so many Matajis are there who started doing 16 malas after next day of their delivery.
Yes.
Not at all hectic, and moreover, we are giving proper consciousness for the baby when we are doing this type of recitation around him. So positive vibrations, yeah. So
Yes.
he in that positive vibration, definitely he will be like, in the future also he will take this path very easily.
So
So
do I say like how I'm talking to you right now, like with the voice, or just inside me, like when I'm
yeah,
doing japa?
loud, always japana, if possible, always loud. Yeah, just take
Okay.
a mala, start while feeding. You just keep it your right hand and mala, then start doing japa. That's it. I mean, of course, we need for two baby feed 20 minutes. In this time, we can finish at least two malas.
Yes. Also, because he has no schedule, so is it okay to
Problem.
start doing whenever I'm feeding him?
Yes, no problem, Mataji. No problem at all.
You
While
can do
he's
japa anytime. You can do anytime. Even we can do japa even when we are taking shower. Yeah. So taking holy name, it's not an issue. But when we are doing on Japmala, yeah, so we can do even before shower. People may think, oh, no, let me only take bath after I'm clean, then only I'll start. And as your schedule, as you already said, you can't predict, right? When you will take a
Yes.
bath or so don't worry, you can also do japa even before taking bath.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
if you are pure, So please do japa whenever you have time on the mala. That is very important. Yeah, on with mala you do that. So then you can know that how many malas you can do per day. So fix that. Don't keep it like okay per day 16 malas, something like that. Keep it a small amount, what is feasible for you. And
Yeah.
as we all are posting in our group, it is inspiring each other, yeah, motivating each other, and we maintain regularly. Like as Prabhuji said, it's habit of maintaining regularly in the. We just post in the group, and whenever you have challenges, speak with one of us how we can take it, because all I mean most of us are have kids in this group.
I
Yeah.
probably
Even
will
Jayashree
come to
Mataji
you
also.
for the,
Mm.
sorry.
No, even Jayashree Mataji, I mean, she also has a kid, 1-year-old kid. So
Yes,
can also say. So there we have experience. No worries. You can approach.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Jayashree Mataji, you want to already quickly say something or?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I agree with Rupa Mantri Mataji that when Ram
Mhm.
is really small, so I also do the same. That whenever I have time with feeding, because with feeding the good part is that me and my child is me time. You know, you are alone with the child and you are fully concentrated, and this is the best time that you can do your japa also, because the baby and during feeding that this is your me time, because otherwise you are making food or other things. Then I do also the same, and right now also when he's sleeping in the morning, so I try to do when he's just sleep in my arms or what, so I try to do japa with him on the bed, not just going that anywhere, but try to do japa with him with, or if baby is on the bed, if he's sleeping, no problem that you have to sit on the in the temple, no problem with baby, sit and do your japa. The main purpose is that you have in your consciousness that you have to do japa. So if you have that consciousness, yes, no, I have to do japa in any way possible, actually God gives you so many ways. So if God, then God gives you wisdom that okay, this is the time you do japa. That first you have to be so much that you said that you have to be do some target, or you put in your mind that yes, japa is important and I have to do japa. And Prabhuji, so many people are
Yep.
forget that for the concentration of japa, I heard in many lectures also, and I personally see in me also that morning japa is so good. The because
Yep.
that's not for mothers, but for general purpose, people have problems in concentration and all. But believe me, I am seeing in myself and so many devotees that when they do japa in the morning, if they do 6 mala before, then that on that day at least they do 7 mala,
Mm-hmm.
because in morning time is the best time to do japa, and actually fast also,
Mm.
not
Yeah.
so much
Fast also.
slow. Yeah, so this is
Yeah.
just I want to share.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pratik.
Thank you, everyone. This was really helpful for me, and I
Mhm.
will start doing from today onwards.
Yep. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining and yeah, giving your attention. We'll meet us next week. Yeah. Already starts on Friday, but yeah, this Sunday we discuss systematic study of Vedic scriptures. On Saturday, Bhagavatam. Friday, wonderful Prabhupada Lilamrita. वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। भगवत गीता की जय। हरे
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare.
Hare Krishna.